Hey guys, so I know my hair looks a little bit different, but we're gonna touch on that later on in the video. Hopefully it's not a distraction, because it's a very big distraction for me seeing myself in the viewfinder. But I did want to start off this video talking about things that have been going on in the world with the Black Lives Matter movement. I fully support the Black Lives Matter movement. I think and I hope that we can all agree that what happened to George Floyd was not okay. You know, no one deserved to die in that way. And there has been a lot of protesting going on, as many of you know. I actually saw, like, very briefly, literally like 2 seconds, of protesters marching in Denver, Colorado. Lewis and I were walking into the hotel after, you know, being out for the entire day. We went hiking and we were walking back into our hotel room to take a nap before we did the red eye. And like on the other side of the street, like down a block or two, I saw protesters. And honestly, if I didn't have to take a nap for that red eye, I most likely would have joined. But like I was saying, I know a lot of people have their different views on, I feel like people are shedding too much light on the rioting and the looting, and I personally do believe that the protesters, good or bad, the rioters, the looting, the constant posting on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, people constantly talking about it over, you know, the news, however you get your, you know, media, your source of news from. I do believe that all of that, good or bad, is creating some sort of change, because I really do believe that if people were peacefully protesting, as they have been in the past, you know, nothing really changes. It's like, okay, let them have their peaceful protest. We'll spend like a couple days to a week talking about it, and then everyone forgets. But I really think that this time people were like, no, we're tired of this. You know, people were looting, people were rioting out of anger, out of rage. I do think that there were people who strictly went with the intent to steal, and I do believe there were a group of people who are literally doing that to make the Black Lives Matter movement look bad, because obviously everyone's like, oh, look at these people protesting, but then they're going to riot and loot. But I think some of those people aren't a part of the movement, if you can see what I'm saying. One big thing I do want to touch on and do want to try to explain is when people comment all lives matter. So if you're watching this and you are one of those people that, you know, think and roll your eyes and like say like, oh, all lives matter, I have an analogy for you. And I do believe people who say all lives matter, they don't even want to get to understand why that's so offensive and why people literally want to kill them when they say that. So it's like if I constantly told Lewis, I love you, hey Lewis, I love you, thank you for doing this, I love you, and he responded with, well, I love everybody. Well, I love everybody. Why do you keep telling me that you love me when I love everybody? That's always going to be my response. I love everybody. Now, if your significant other constantly told you, well, I love everybody, when you tell them that you love them, you would be upset too. So that's kind of one way to look at it. Obviously, all lives matter. We know that. It doesn't need to be said. But when you say all lives matter, when people are talking about a specific group of people, that's offensive, that's ignorant, that's being selfish and just thinking about yourself. Well, all lives matter. We're not talking about you. We're talking about Black people. I'm not talking crap about cops because, you know, I have cops in my family. I dated a cop. You know, I've seen certain things through their perspective, but at the same time, people love to say, oh, there's just a couple of bad apples. And I saw this other video that explained, if you go to the grocery store and you buy a bag of apples, if one of those apples are rotten in that bag of 5, 10, or 20, you are going to throw the whole bag away. You're not going to pick up those bags of apples because of one rotten apple. So, you know, there's no room for a couple of bad apples. If there is a couple of bad apples, you want to throw the whole bag away. Those couple of bad apples, those couple of bad people, they overshadow, you know, everyone. There's so much more I could say, but I will end this portion of the video saying we can't let this movement die down. like a lot of things in the past have. You know, it's like, oh, we hear about it for a couple days, we'll post about it on social media just because everyone else is, it's trending, let's talk about it, it goes away, and then bam, this happens all over again. So, you know, if you don't want to protest, that's fine. If you can't donate, that's fine, but you can sign petitions, you can post on social media, whether you have 20 followers, 200 followers, 20,000 followers. You never know who's watching, you never know what post you can post and change someone's perspective on. So continue to help this movement. I know there's people who are going to watch this and not agree with anything that I'm saying, but I'm still going to say it, and I'm still going to stick to what I believe in. And it can be very draining to constantly see all this negativity online. Like, I literally want to cry my eyes out every 2 seconds, every time I get on Twitter. You guys, if you don't have a Twitter, Twitter is where the real information is at. I feel like these news outlets, they can portray this false image. I don't even know if they're saying protesting is dying down, but it's really not. On Instagram, you'll just see like memes or quotes, but on Twitter, you'll see the real deal information. And like I was saying, it can be draining to constantly see all this negativity online, and if you're someone who, you know, that affects you, please take a break from it. But imagine living your entire life having to constantly watch your back and watch the things that you say and watch the things that you do because of your skin color. That's draining. So both Lewis and I are on this layover, but lately, because we've been spending so much time together, we've been actually using our separate rooms, so going downstairs to meet him. You can see the bread. Hey guys, so we currently just finished eating from this really good Cajun spot that I found. On the plane last night, I was looking at places to eat because that's literally the highlight of my day. And the weather's pretty nice. We just finished eating. I had barbecue pulled pork with rice and vegetables, cornbread, and Lewis had shrimp and sausage jambalaya. And right now we're about to go get cookies from Hot Oven Cookies.
Hey guys, we're currently sitting down at a table with the camera pointed right in front of us here in a city in Boston.
Oh yeah, so this layover, so long for no reason, first off. Second of all.
But I like long layovers.
No, but listen to this. Okay, so the airport that we're working out of is Hartford, Connecticut. But we lay over in Massachusetts. I don't know why, but...
Oh yeah, it's not Boston. We're not in Boston, we're in Massachusetts.
Let's go to the cookie shop. So we're here, and this is the menu. Okay, we'll take that.
I'm from Puerto Rico, so like,
Yeah.
coquito is something that we drink at Christmas time.
Yeah, she's half Puerto Rican, I'm half Puerto Rican.
Okay, so so you know, we had the coquito and the guava for our first Christmas in 2018, and we took it off the menu, and people threw a fit.
Oh, I bet.
One more cookie.
Coquito
The
snickerdoodle.
coquito.
So we're back at the lobby, and Lewis and I always have to get dessert after we eat, I feel like. So we found this cookie spot, this like, you know, small mom and pop cookie spot. And we got 3 cookies, and then we got 2 for free since it was our first time. So if you guys are ever in the Massachusetts area, we went to Hot Oven Cookies. Excuse my broken nail. So we got some interesting flavors. We got guava cheesecake, coquito snickerdoodle, chocolate chip with like sea salt, and 2 cherry Garcia cookies that were made to kind of taste like the Cherry Garcia ice cream from, what is it?
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. So right now, is that what you're eating?
I think it's regular. This one's chocolate chip.
How does it taste?
Good.
So that one's the regular chocolate chip, and these are the others. This one is the Coquito one. Coquito Snickerdoodle. I'm gonna try a piece of that.
I think this is my favorite. So I don't think anything is gonna be better than this one.
Hey guys, so I'm here with my crew. Super fun crew. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Dali BTV on YouTube.
I'm Bianca, fresh off the plane.
Fresh off
on
the
YouTube
plane.
and Instagram.
We've been having some fun these past 2 days on this 3-day trip. Really long, boring layover, but they make it fun. We had fun last night. Right now we're walking to Cold Stone. Super excited about that. Later I'm gonna ask them 3 questions, so stay tuned for that. Hey guys, so we're here back at the hotel and I'm ready to ask them the 3 questions. They don't know what I'm going to ask. So the first question is, and I already know this about you, what did you do prior to becoming a flight attendant?
I worked at TSA in Miami.
It's terrible. Yeah, she was telling us some crazy, she just did not like that
No.
position. And what about you?
I worked at hospital, Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. I did the registration. So we did, I'm that person that comes to your bedside and be like, you got my money? The coins? I need it. No.
Right before surgery. Alright, so the second question is, what is the most thing that you love about being a flight attendant? What's your favorite thing about
most
being
favorite.
a flight attendant?
The flight attendant bliss that I experienced on these layovers, especially the Caribbean layovers, where you have the oceanfront view and the beach right outside. Yeah,
Free breakfast.
The free
Oh my
breakfast.
gosh. It's like, are we actually working?
right.
Yeah.
This is my life right now. Yeah, that's the most favorite thing.
For me, I love the flexibility in every aspect, in every part about the shop. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I always talk about that. It's like if you need the time off, you can make it work.
Yeah,
Whether
definitely.
it's a week or 2 weeks.
If you don't want to work, you don't have to, and if you do, you can work as much as you want.
Exactly. And last but not least, question number 3 is, what is one crazy story that has happened, throughout being a flight attendant? What's like a crazy thing that has happened to you, or that you've witnessed or been a part of?
I was flying to, where was I flying? London? Was it London or Rio? I think it was London. I was flying to London. No, it was Brazil, because I always fly with the same purser. So I was flying to Rio, and I'm working main cabin, and we're about to serve dinner. So we're heading up to premium economy, and there are a couple of passengers who have pre-orders. So you could pre-order your meal 24 hours ahead of time before the flight. So, during the service, sometimes it could feel a little bit rushed and different things like that, because everybody wants to go on their break or whatever. So, pretty much what happened was that the number 2 handed me a tray, a pre-ordered tray to hand to a passenger. But it's dark. I couldn't see the numbers on the seat. I ended up handing that pre-ordered meal to the wrong passenger. So it was supposed to go to the person behind. I handed it to the person in front. And I'm like, here's your pre-ordered meal. And I said exactly that. Here's your pre-ordered meal. And she's like, thank you. So as soon as I get to the person behind, mind you, she's already eating. And I was like, here's your meal. No, I didn't order that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, mind you, I'm new. I went to the bathroom and I blew it. He was mad. He was big mad.
And pre-order meals are like way better. Yeah. Like I've seen like salmon.
They
and,
are.
Like, these nice salads. They're like way better than, you know, the everyday meal that we give out. So.
And it wasn't something that I could go whip up in the back, you know, like
right.
That was his pre-ordered meal.
Oh my God, that reminds me. Lewis isn't here, but he accidentally ate someone's pre-ordered meal. It was left over, and you know, when everyone's done with service, you can go eat.
Yeah.
But this person wanted their food later. And he ate their salmon.
Oh man.
So
I would eat it.
yeah. What about for you?
Okay, so I was able to think while she was telling her story. And mine was when I first started. It was my first transcon from Miami to LA. And nobody told me what the service was like. So I didn't know that when you give the tray out, that you leave them with the tray and you put the entree on the tray. So I picked up everybody's tray thinking that this is, you know, normal and that I'll have another tray to hand out with the food, and that wasn't the case. So I had to once I realized that I messed up, another flight attendant was nice enough to come and try to help me, and we had to make our little makeshift trays to give everybody their entree on.
Oh, I was confused. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So when you, on those flights, you give them a whole tray with their meals on it, and when you pick up, you just pick
The
up
appetizer.
their little plates, not the whole tray.
Right. And I did not just pick up the appetizer. I picked up the entire tray. So it was either I was going to give them their entree with no tray, or make the makeshift trays to be able to put their entree on. And so it was, I was freaking out. And then one of the other flight attendants, the senior flight attendants, was like, you're really calm. Like, you're good for this job. You're handling this really well. I'm like, there's nothing I could do. Like, I can't freak out right now because then nobody's going to get any food. But yeah.
Passengers can definitely make you like nervous, because like some people can just say the most craziest things or get upset about the most tiniest thing, and I'm like, we're on a plane, sorry I can't whip up, you know, your food. This is all we have.
Oh man, I just remembered another one.
Really?
Tell everyone.
Oh my god. So I was working business class on the way to London, and they gave us these little tongs to pick up the hot entrees on, to put it on, because by this time now I know that they leave the tray there and you put the entree on the tray. And I'm walking all confident with the tray on the tongs, and I go to hand it to him, and it's fish. It spills all over the passenger.
Oh my god, that's horrible. And that's hot.
So now he smells like fish on an 8-hour flight with hot food. So thankfully we had first class and they had the pajamas, so we gave him that.
Oh good, yeah.
He was cool about it, and then he ended up hitting on me.
Okay.
It's like, let me shoot my shot.
I'm like, okay, well, this
So
went
fish
really
yourself.
well. Right. I could at least let him hit the And then so right after that, somebody else picked up the same tongs to go give him another entree of another plate of fish, and that fell on him again. And I felt,
oh my god.
I don't think
I
he
was
was
so
meant
embarrassed.
to eat that fish.
I felt so bad.
Well, thank you guys for answering these questions. And I'll see you guys on the plane tomorrow. So I'm currently on the plane, and I'm going to show you guys what I'll be passing out to all the passengers. It looks a little bit different. But it is super early morning. It's like 5 in the morning. We're on the plane. Lewis and I just finished our really fun TikTok that I'm gonna insert right here. The captain bought us breakfast, so I have a matcha latte and I also got a donut. So that's my super healthy morning breakfast, and this is what I'm passing out to all the passengers when they board. So it's this little bag and it comes with a Dasani water, and I've never seen these before, but they're little cinnamon crisps. So these are all the inserts that are filled, and I usually just put them here. So while they board, they'll just grab one and then go down the aisle. So we should be landing around 9:30. And Lewis and I are actually going to New York for a week, which will be super nice. We're gonna go visit his family. And I know it's a little crazy, you know, because of coronavirus, but we're gonna go visit them. They live super far out east. They don't live in a major city, so we're gonna go visit them for a couple days. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for another video. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and we'll see you guys in another video.